Congratulations, and welcome to the City of Portland. You will soon discover you are joining an exceptional team dedicated to making Portland the most beautiful, diverse, and innovative city in the world. Together we can and will accomplish great things. Today you begin your commitment to public service. As a public servant, you are encouraged to take on challenges to continually improve the work of city government. All of us are responsible for the trust our residents have placed in us. With that trust comes important obligations. We must adhere to the highest ethical and professional standards in performing our work. How can you do that? You can come to work with a great attitude and willingness to help others. You can provide exceptional customer service while delivering high-quality services. You can maintain transparency and open communication between coworkers and the public. As a City of Portland employee, you have the unique opportunity to connect communities, help others in need, and discover hidden potential in everyday processes. While our work may vary, we are united by a commitment to service. Each day you come to work, you are making a difference in the lives of others. The City of Portland welcomes you on board and wishes you a rewarding and successful career.
Hi, I'm David, your onboarding guide. I'll be walking you through this program to cover information about the City of Portland, including our history, values, as well as resources available to you and tools to help you in your work as a public servant. The next module describes City of Portland history and government structure. We'll go over the types of services each bureau and office provides, as well as some background information on our elected officials. Let's begin by learning the history and structure of the City of Portland.
The City of Portland lies in northern Oregon between the Columbia and Willamette Rivers. For centuries, two Chinook tribes called this area home. In 1845, settlers arrived from the East Coast and bought rights to the land. The fate of the city's name came down to a simple coin toss between two settlers who chose between their respective hometowns of Portland and Boston. The City of Portland was founded in 1851 with fewer than 1,000 residents. From humble beginnings as a timber and fishing trading post, the city quickly became a major port in the Pacific Northwest. The city experienced explosive population growth during the Alaska Gold Rush of the 1890s, the Lewis and Clark Centennial Exposition of 1905, and the construction of the Bonneville Dam in the 1930s. The city continued to expand north and eastward across the Willamette River. In 1931, City Council established the North, South, East, and West grid system, forming distinct quadrants we use today.
Portland has a colorful past that shaped the vibrant community we work for today. Our city's enviable quality of life can be attributed in part to balancing the need for healthy neighborhoods, economic growth, and environmental protection. This balanced approach is the foundation of the Portland Plan to make the city prosperous, educated, healthy, and equitable. Portland is the only major city in the U.S. to use a commission form of government, making our structure unique. The city is governed by 6 elected officials, including the mayor, 4 commissioners, and the auditor. Each elected official serves a 4-year term. The mayor and 4 commissioners make up the Portland City Council. The auditor provides checks and balances within the commission form of government. The mayor is responsible for assigning departments and bureaus to commissioners, who serve as administrators for city departments, oversee bureaus, and carry out policies. Mayor Ted Wheeler has set the following goals which will require the hard work and effort of every City of Portland employee, including you. Creating an enterprise approach to customer intake and engagement when the community contacts the city. Fostering cross-bureau collaboration on related issues to avoid redundant or unnecessary expenses, where multiple bureaus are dealing with similar or the same issues. Identifying the core functionality of the bureau with resources needed and identifying non-core functions. Creating in every bureau a plan for supporting resiliency and recovery beyond simple continuity of operations.
Mayor Ted Wheeler took office in January 2017. A 6th-generation Oregonian, Mayor Wheeler was born in Portland, Oregon, and graduated from Lincoln High School. He received a bachelor's degree in economics from Stanford University in 1985. He also earned an MBA from Columbia University and a master's in public policy from Harvard University. He served as chair of the Multnomah County Board of Commissioners from 2007 to 2010, when he was appointed by then-Governor Kulongoski to fill the position of Oregon State Treasurer. Mayor Wheeler was motivated to enter politics while volunteering as an overnight host at the Goose Hollow Shelter, and he saw firsthand that we could do much more to help the most vulnerable among us. Mayor Wheeler is a longtime community volunteer leader and has devoted energy to diverse organizations including Neighborhood House, Portland Mountain Rescue, and the Oregon Sports Authority.
Mayor Wheeler oversees the following bureaus and liaison responsibilities: Portland Police Bureau, Portland Housing Bureau, Bureau of Planning and Sustainability, Office of Equity and Human Rights, Portland Bureau of Emergency Management, Bureau of Emergency Communications, City Budget Office, City Attorney, Government Relations, Office of Management and Finance, Prosper Portland, Travel Portland, Regional Disaster Preparedness Organization Policy Committee, Home Forward, A Home for Everyone with Commissioner Udaly, Local Public Safety Coordinating Council, Mount Hood Cable Regulatory Commission, Portland Community Media, Human Rights Commission, Bureau of Emergency Communications User Board.
Commissioner Amanda Fritz was elected to Portland City Council in November 2008. Born and raised in England and a graduate of Cambridge University with a master's degree in biological sciences, Commissioner Fritz immigrated to the United States in 1979 at the age of 21. She spent 4 years in Rochester, New York, then moved to Portland in 1986. She worked evening shift for 22 years in inpatient psychiatry at OHSU and served for 7 years on the Portland Planning Commission before being elected. Commissioner Fritz is passionately and personally committed to both traffic safety for all road users and appropriate health care services for people experiencing mental illness.
Commissioner Fritz oversees the following bureaus and liaison responsibilities: Portland Parks and Recreation, League of Oregon Cities with Mayor Wheeler, Metro Policy Advisory Committee, Visitor Development Fund Board, Portland Parks Foundation.
Commissioner Nick Fish was elected to Portland City Council in May 2008 and re-elected in 2010 and 2014. Commissioner Fish graduated from Harvard in 1981 and then worked as a legislative aide for Massachusetts Congressman Barney Frank. He received a law degree from Northeastern University in 1986 and spent 10 years representing healthcare workers in New York. Prior to running for elected office, Commissioner Fish practiced employment law in Oregon and hosted Outlook Portland with Nick Fish, a public affairs show on KRCW-TV. He ran for council on a platform of bringing all the city's housing programs and functions under one roof. The result is the Portland Housing Bureau. Its mission and resources focused on the needs of low-income families, people experiencing homelessness, veterans, and older adults.
Commissioner Fish oversees the following bureaus and liaison responsibilities: Bureau of Environmental Services, Portland Water Bureau, Bureau of Hydroelectric Power, Regional Arts and Culture Council, Rose Festival Foundation, Royal Rosarians, Venture Portland, Portland 5 Center for the Arts, Metropolitan Exposition and Recreation Commission, Visitor Development Fund Board, Elders in Action, Portland Utility Board.
Commissioner Dan Salzman was elected to Portland City Council in November 1998, currently serving his 6th term. Commissioner Salzman was born and raised in Portland, Oregon. He graduated from Beaverton High School, received a Bachelor of Science from Cornell University, and a Master's from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. He spent many years in the private sector as the principal in an environmental engineering firm. He also served 5 years as a Multnomah County Commissioner from 1993 to 1998, before his current role as the City of Portland Commissioner. Commissioner Salzman has served on the Board of Directors for Portland Community College and Host Community Development.
Commissioner Salzman oversees the following bureaus and liaison responsibilities: Portland Fire and Rescue, Portland Bureau of Transportation, Fire and Police Disability and Retirement, Portland Streetcar Incorporated, Portland Mall Management Incorporated, Portland Aerial Tram Board, Joint Policy Advisory Committee on Transportation, Portland's Children's Levy. The Gateway Center.
Commissioner Chloe U. Daly was elected as 4th Commissioner in November 2016. She was born and raised in the Portland metro area and has called Portland proper her home since 1988. After working for a series of small businesses, in 1994 she opened her mission-driven bookshop Reading Frenzy, which is dedicated to independent, small press, and self-published titles, with a focus on underrepresented voices, progressive politics, and alternative culture. In February of 2015, she established an online group focused on housing affordability, renters' rights, gentrification, and displacement called The Shed. Commissioner U. Daly is also the co-founder of the Independent Publishing Resource Center and past member of Multnomah County Cultural Coalition. Commissioner U. Daly is a passionate advocate for affordable housing, living wage jobs, the environment, and community equity.
Commissioner U. Daly oversees the following bureaus and liaison responsibilities: Office of Neighborhood Involvement, Bureau of Development Services, A Home for Everyone with Mayor Wheeler, Public Involvement Advisory Committee, New Portlanders Policy Council, Metro Policy Advisory Committee, Multnomah County Animal Control, Portland Commission on Disability, Multnomah Youth Commission.
Auditor Mary Hull Caballero was elected Auditor of the City of Portland and took office in January 2015. She was raised in Albany, Oregon. She holds a master's degree in public policy and management from Carnegie Mellon University. She received her undergraduate's degree in communication from Lewis and Clark College. Auditor Hull Caballero is a certified internal auditor and a certified government auditing professional. She previously worked as a performance auditor at Metro Regional Government in Portland and the Oregon Department of Transportation. Prior to entering the auditing field, she co-founded and managed a public policy leadership development organization and was a newspaper reporter.
The Auditor's Office is responsible for conducting performance audits of city operations, serving as City Council Clerk, preparing the City Council agenda, managing city records and archives, providing hearings officers to adjudicate appeals of city actions, managing city elections, handling complaints against the city through the City Ombudsman Office and the Independent Police Review Division, working with financing of local improvement districts, and administering foreclosures of city liens on property. At the city, we take safety seriously. Now let's go over some tips to keep you safe in the event of an emergency.
Employee safety is one of the city's top priorities. As a new employee, we want you to feel prepared in the event of a natural disaster or emergency. Advanced planning for emergency situations will help you respond calmly and quickly should an emergency occur. During your first week, be sure to complete each of the following safety steps.
Step 1. Locate emergency exits and safety equipment.
Take a walk around your floor to become familiar with the physical layout. Locate stairways, exit doors, fire extinguishers, and manual pull stations. You can also ask your bureau for a copy of your office floor plan. The plan will have emergency exits and stairways clearly marked for future reference.
Step 2. Find your Emergency Procedures Handbook.
Each building has a safety plan specifically tailored to that site. During your first week, locate your Emergency Procedures Handbook. It contains important information including how to report emergencies and where to gather in the event of an evacuation. For your safety and the safety of coworkers, be sure to familiarize yourself with the handbook in your building.
Step 3. Know your floor warden.
Floor wardens are volunteers who provide assistance in emergencies. They meet regularly to discuss and update safety procedures. They will take the lead and help direct you to safety in the event of an emergency. Take a moment to find out who your floor wardens are to prepare yourself.
Step 4. Create a personal plan.
You can't get back to work until your family is safe and sound. This is the perfect time to review your family's emergency plan. Have you talked to a relative or trusted neighbor who can see to your children's or pets' well-being until you can make it home? Unexpected emergencies such as heavy snow, power outages, or earthquakes could impact travel time home. Rather than worry, make a plan and practice it with your family.
Step 5. Educate yourself.
The Portland Bureau of Emergency Management and Portland Fire and Rescue offer free training in emergency preparedness and response. All city employees and residents are urged to complete Portland Neighborhood Emergency Team training and become active members in their neighborhood team. The training is free and includes essential search and rescue, disaster medical aid, utility shutoff, basic radio operations, and more. For more information, visit www.portlandoregon.gov. You can use the search function at the top right to search for Neighborhood Emergency Team.
Step 6. Get connected.
It's also important to register your mobile devices and email addresses for emergency notifications through public alerts. The city can notify you of emergencies in your neighborhood most quickly by text message and email, but you have to opt in by registering at publicalerts.org.
Step 7. Keep your emergency contacts up to date.
When an emergency happens, it's important that the city be able to contact you or your family. Your supervisor may need to ask you to come in to work if you're available. In the event of an injury, we may need to reach out to a family member or close friend. It's up to you to keep this information current. Employees update their own contact information through the city's employee self-service page. Log in to SAP and update My Personal Information. Consider setting a reminder on your calendar to update this information every few months.
Step 8. Determine when you need to return to work.
Some City of Portland workers are classified as essential for emergency response or business continuity. These employees are required to report to work to respond to emergencies if they are capable and after they have confirmed the safety and welfare of their immediate family. Police and firefighters are obvious examples of these responders, but many facilities, water, transportation, technology services, development services, and other workers also fit into this category. Your supervisor should tell you if you are one of these employees. You'll be told how and when to report to work after an emergency. If you're not sure about your status, go ahead and ask.
Step 9. Consider volunteering as an emergency responder.
If your new position doesn't fit into the category of essential emergency or business continuity responder, it doesn't mean the city can't use your skills during emergency response. All kinds of skills, technical, mechanical, administrative, are needed, and the Bureau of Emergency Management regularly trains city workers willing to act as emergency responders in the Portland Emergency Coordination Center. After you get settled into your new job, contact the Portland Bureau of Emergency Management if you're interested in joining the emergency responder team.
The City of Portland cares about your safety. While natural disasters and emergencies are rare, we want you to feel ready to respond. The safety steps discussed will help you prepare and recover from an emergency more quickly. The City of Portland updated its sustainability plan in 2015 with goals and performance objectives to be reached by 2030. We'll go over each of those objectives, how they impact you, and what you can do to help. The 9 categories where the city has established objectives are carbon, waste, stormwater, harmful pollutants, renewable energy, fleet, water, energy efficiency, natural systems. Afterward, if you'd like to know more about the city's sustainability efforts or other ways that you can make a difference, check out the City Works Green blog on portlandoregon.gov.
In 1993, Portland was the first U.S. city to create a local action plan for cutting carbon emissions. With the help of employees like you, city residents, businesses, and local leaders, we've already cut citywide carbon emissions by over 20% since 1990. Where do carbon emissions come from? While most of our carbon pollution comes from driving and powering our homes, it's just as important to make thoughtful, informed choices about the food, clothing, and other things we buy. Production of goods is a major source of carbon emissions. Try to borrow, rent, or purchase used and/or local goods more often. You can help even more by walking, biking, or taking transit more often when commuting. Sign up for the TRIP program to take advantage of reduced public transit fare options. City of Portland Operations recycles, reuses, or composts approximately 70% of waste. Your office should have appropriate recycling and garbage facilities and even composting in some areas. Between 2013 and 2014, the city expanded the plastic bag ban to include retailers and restaurants. Since then, reusable bag use increased by 300%, saving millions of plastic bags from ending up in landfills. The city also organizes regular community events such as the Fix-It Fair, which brings city residents and repair experts together for workshops to learn how to fix broken or worn goods such as electrical appliances or clothing. There are many ways you can get involved, both in the office and at home. Here are just a few ideas, but you can read more on the City Works Green blog.
Portland is known for the rain. We receive 37 inches of rain in an average year. In a natural environment, soil and plants would absorb most of that. But in the city, rain becomes stormwater by washing over hard surfaces like parking lots, buildings, and streets, which carries dirt, oil, and other pollutants to rivers and streams. The Bureau of Environmental Services manages the city's stormwater system and works with citizens, businesses, and property owners to reduce stormwater pollution and promote private stormwater management to protect our rivers, streams, and groundwater. The City of Portland is a leader in developing and implementing rooftop gardens to minimize stormwater runoff. Several government buildings already have eco-roofs, including the Portland Building, Multnomah Building, the Multnomah County Library, and the Metro Regional Center. As you may already know, the City of Portland has a policy against fragrances or products with a strong scent. Employees who are sensitive to perfumes and chemicals may suffer potentially serious health consequences triggered by exposure to scented products. Consequently, employees are asked to avoid the use of strongly scented personal hygiene products, such as perfume, aftershave, cologne, laundry soap, dryer sheets, hand lotion, powder, hairspray, and deodorant. In addition to this policy, harshly scented or unapproved cleaners are discouraged in city offices. Help keep your workspace allergy-free by following these policies, keeping low-allergy plants, and by regularly dusting and cleaning your workspace.
The City of Portland leads by example and currently generates or purchases 100% renewable energy for all city operations. We also design innovative program models for residents and businesses that provide tax incentives for installing solar or renewable energy where possible. These programs make renewable energy more accessible to businesses and homeowners. Ask your electric company about green energy programs that you might be able to enroll in to invest in renewable energy options.
Our city fleets are moving aggressively toward a goal of converting 20% of the city's sedan fleet to electric vehicles by 2020, which will reduce carbon emissions significantly. Many bureaus have their own specific policies for fleet maintenance and city vehicle use regarding sustainability and efficiency. If you'll be driving a city vehicle as part of your work, check with your supervisor or peers about any policies and procedures that may impact our sustainability goals.
The City of Portland provides water to nearly 1/4 of all Oregonians. Water is a precious resource, and the City of Portland is passionate about water safety and conservation. Bathrooms in your workplace will most likely have automatic faucets and low-flow water-saving toilets. You can even pick up a free water conservation kit from the Water Bureau for your home, which includes information and resources such as faucet aerators, a toilet tank water displacement kit, and a high-efficiency shower head.
For 2 decades, the City of Portland has been working on the City Energy Challenge to cut energy use and save money in city operations. Since the start of the City Energy Challenge, city bureaus have completed energy efficiency improvements that save $5.5 million each year. A current example of these improvements is the converting of 45,000 streetlights to energy-efficient LEDs. The LED conversion will cut energy use in half and save $1.5 million annually. The new LEDs are expected to last up to 20 years without changing bulbs or major maintenance. To help us conserve energy in city operations and at home, you can develop energy-efficient habits such as shutting off your computer and appliances at the end of the day, turning off lights in empty rooms, and using energy-efficient light bulbs and appliances.
Oregon has strong pride and admiration for its natural areas, beautiful parks, and wildlife conservation areas. Our environmental resources, our forests, trees, rivers, and streams, perform valuable services. They help clean our air, cool our homes, and give us places to relax. On the Parks and Recreation Department site at portlandoregon.gov, you'll find resources for exploring and learning more about our natural areas, restoration, and conservation efforts. The city organizes events such as environmental education camps and day programs where communities, families, and children gather to learn about nature and conserving our precious natural areas. The city urges you to go out and explore and enjoy our natural areas, but do so consciously. Throw garbage and recycling only in respective containers. Pick up other garbage you find along the way. Don't disturb fish or wildlife. And report park problems at parkscanpdx.org. As a representative of the city, be an example to others and leave any natural area the same or better than you found it.
Every individual has a right to work in a professional environment that promotes productivity and development. To ensure a professional work environment, the city established standard guidelines regarding employee behavior. In this next section, we will talk about those standards called the Human Resources Critical Rules. The HR administrative rules serve as a guide to help the city maintain compliance with all applicable laws, policies, and regulations, promote operational efficiencies, and reduce institutional risk. They apply to all city employees. Next, we'll briefly describe each rule, but remember, you are responsible to read each rule in its entirety and sign a form acknowledging that you have done so.
HR Rule 2.02 Workplace Harassment and Discrimination Prohibited. The City of Portland is committed to a respectful work environment free of harassment, discrimination, and retaliation, where all individuals are treated with respect and dignity. All employees must complete training on this rule upon hire and every 2 years thereafter. Managers and supervisors are expected to enforce this rule and maintain a productive, non-hostile work environment. HR Rule 4.01 Drug and Alcohol Use Prohibited. The City of Portland views illegal drug use and excessive use of legal drugs and alcohol as a threat to the public welfare and the health, safety, and productivity of employees of the city. HR Rule 4.08 Information Technologies. This rule mandates ethical employee use of information technologies, encourages use that enhances employee productivity, confirms that electronic communications used in the conduct of government are public records, and prohibits inappropriate use of technologies and records. HR Rule 4.09 Use of City Resources. This rule states, inappropriate or personal use of city resources, including but not limited to tools and equipment, work time, and supplies, is prohibited except as provided in this administrative rule. City resources include any hand tool, power tool or piece of equipment, any work materials or supplies, vehicles, facilities or grounds, time and/or personnel information, inter- and intra-office mail, records, and information and telecommunications technologies. HR Rule 4.12 Workplace Violence Prohibited. The city recognizes the importance of a violence-free work environment for all employees and the public. The city will not tolerate any violent actions which threaten its employees, customers, vendors, or volunteers. HR Rule 5.01 Employee Discipline. Any employee within the classified service is subject to disciplinary action for cause. Such discipline may include, but is not limited to, oral reprimand, written reprimand, demotion, loss of pay, suspension, or discharge. HR Rule 11.01 Statement of Ethical Conduct. City employees must treat their office as a public trust. As one safeguard for that trust, employees must conform to the ethical standards described in the State Code of Ethics and conduct themselves in a manner that is consistent with the city's code of ethics. HR Rule 11.02, Prohibited Conduct. City employees should avoid even the appearance of impropriety at all times. The following conduct is expressly prohibited: using city employment in any way to obtain financial gain or avoid financial detriment, awarding business to a member of their household or family, regardless of the mechanism used to provide that business, taking any official action that would impact the employee's private financial situation without first notifying and obtaining written approval from their bureau director and immediate supervisor, soliciting private business from fellow employees or from citizens while on duty and/or in uniform or otherwise readily identifiable as a city employee, soliciting or receiving any gift in anticipation of official action to be taken by the employee in the course of employment. The receipt of gifts by an employee is restricted by state law and these administrative rules. No employee may directly supervise an employee with whom they are romantically involved. HR Rule 11.03, Duty to Report. All city employees are expected to report observed unlawful or improper actions by a city official. City officials are not just elected leaders or bureau directors, but include all city employees. HR Rule 11.04, Protection of Restricted and Confidential Information. As a result of employment with the city, employees may have access to information about city employees, vendors, and/or the public, which is restricted or confidential. City employees are responsible for ensuring that restricted and confidential information is reasonably protected.
The City of Portland encourages all employees to report violations. If you see something, say something. Your report can minimize the potential negative impact to the City of Portland, its employees, and the public. Also, offering input may help identify issues that improve the city's organizational culture and performance. If you feel any of the HR critical rules have been violated, you have multiple safe options to report your concerns. If you feel comfortable, then discuss concerns internally with your supervisor, manager, or bureau director. You can also contact your HR business partner. To report concerns anonymously, use the Auditor's Open City Tip Line. You can file a concern online at www.opencitytipline.com or call Ethics Point at 1-866-342-4148. You will receive copies of each of the critical HR administrative rules. You can find them, along with the rest of the HR rules, on the city's website by searching for HR Administrative Rules. Be sure to read them completely, sign the acknowledgement form, and ask your supervisor or manager if you have any questions. The following sections will highlight our commitment to customer service, accountability, and innovation. While our work may vary, we are one organization, and these standards ensure consistent practices across all bureaus at the City of Portland. Let's begin with the city's commitment to customer service. Outstanding customer service is a mindset, an attitude, and something you bring to the workplace every day. You're going to discover tools to successfully connect with the public and provide an outstanding customer experience. In this section, we'll use the term customer to mean anyone you interact with throughout your day as a city employee. Your customer may be a resident, a vendor, or even a fellow coworker. We are all able to make a difference together because we help and serve each other in order to serve the public and the greater good. Providing great service is an important responsibility of all government employees. You are the face and voice of the city. City Council adopted a customer service framework to meet customer service goals. What you say and do makes a big impact on how the public sees local government's ability to meet their needs. When we provide excellent customer service, we develop positive relationships with our fellow residents. This standard creates a higher level of trust between city government and the public. As you start your career with the city, remember your commitment to providing great customer service in all the work you do. It takes effort from all employees to achieve the city's goal of delivering timely, reliable, and high-quality customer service. The following tips will help you better serve the customer, the city, and the community. 1. Deliver timely, high-quality service.
To create a strong culture of customer service, employees reply to messages and deliver services in a timely manner. Making sure our customers and coworkers have what they need from us when they need it helps to keep us working positively and efficiently. Responding to customers considerately and professionally is important. Be aware of how tone may come across in emails, consider when a phone call might be better, and always assume positive intent.
2. Listen actively and anticipate customer needs.
City employees listen to what the customer needs. Consider everything that might need to occur around issues or problems as they arise. What questions can you ask to determine the best solution? By asking questions, actively listening, and considering the customer's issue, whether a resident, vendor, or coworker, we are better able to anticipate their needs and provide a whole, thoughtful response or solution. This helps minimize unnecessary back and forth, excess emails, losing time doing rework, and allows others to better appreciate your helpful nature and sense of responsibility.
3. Be a knowledgeable resource and pursue training opportunities.
Customers expect reliable and up-to-date information from knowledgeable and friendly staff. If a city employee does not have an answer, then they research and follow up with accurate information. The PortlandOregon.gov website has plenty of information and helpful materials. Get acquainted with the site's tools and resources. Try using the site's search function, and remember to periodically check out CityLearner for training opportunities that will help you grow in your career as well as provide a valuable service.
4. Communicate clearly.
Clearly explain processes and services in a logical and fair manner. Avoid unnecessary information or over-explaining, but make sure the other party has all the facts and information they need to understand a process, a service, a project, or a problem.
5. Interact thoughtfully and diplomatically.
City employees hold themselves responsible for their behaviors and actions. They resolve disputes in an open and fair manner. If you have any concerns regarding a dispute, be sure to talk to your supervisor or manager or your HR business partner.
6. Be proactive by looking for process improvements.
The city is committed to the continuous improvement of services, processes, and programs. City employees proactively look for new ways to meet the immediate and long-term needs of our customers. Innovation is at the heart of city operations, and the city encourages employees to have the confidence to propose and implement more efficient processes wherever possible.
These tips will help you deliver excellent customer service in your new position. Regardless of whether you're providing the service in person, over the phone, or online, it is important to remember that you are representing all of us at the City of Portland. It's up to each and every one of us to provide outstanding customer service in all the work we do. Congratulations! You've completed the City of Portland onboarding training program and you're on your way to a productive and successful career at the City of Portland. Next, be sure to visit the new employee website and print out any remaining new hire forms, read the HR critical rules, and go to portlandoregon.gov/bhr/newhire to access everything you need to get started in your new position. Once again, welcome from all of us at the City of Portland.